The company that we are going to talk about here is Panasonic, specifically about the solar panel product. The organization chart that we made of the sales force based on the product specialization structure is as follows. And this is focused on energy solution industry, one of the many that Panasonic has, which is made of solar panels, that is the main product, and also battery storage. First of all, I'm going to talk about the training strategies of the workforce, among which include the following. So the first training is to know and identify why people don't buy these type of products, what are their limitations, because based on this, the sales personnel can make a better argument by knowing the type of the customer that is dealing with and what are their needs. The second type of training is knowing the regulations in the place that we are selling these type of products, knowing like certain limitations or permission requirements in order to show the customer that we really know what we are selling to them. The third course for sellers are those that can enable them to make and deliver a proposal quickly to the customers so they can convince a lot of more people to buy our products. Another training is given to the sellers the ability or the knowledge to analyze the financial statements of the company, to know their strengths and weaknesses, and know how the competition is doing, because this way is much easier to make strategies and gain a competitive advantage in the market. The fifth training is about the sales pitch, and this is way too important because it's basically the presentation that the sellers give to the people to engage potential customer. It's all about persuading the customers. And finally, the sales forecasting is another type of training more advanced, that is basically the process of predicting future sales, that this can help the sellers to plan their next move.
Then we concluded the following are the best motivation techniques that could be used to manufacturing companies like Panasonic. The first one is implementing performance-based incentives, and we choose this one because it helps in any area or department. In this case, it is more than a commission but almost the same. It just means that we give more to the people and to do better, but this has to be fair. Also, could be a non-monetary incentive, like giving someone the title of a star salesman and giving more days of rest, including people in important meetings, among other things. Another way to motivate is through like regular and useful meetings, because this helps to build even better the sales team and share important information and motivate them. Sales manager is the leader, therefore has to be a cheerleader. This means that the manager has the responsibility to coach members to help them develop good skills and cheer for a good job and well done. And finally, it is quite important to provide professional development and training opportunities so people can feel valued and not feel stagnant, which usually leads to demotivation.
Finally, we include with some measures of performance on the sales team, like sales productivity metrics that aims to measure the time spent spelling in terms of efficiency. This is the measurement of how your organization uses both the tools, resources, and processes to achieve key business goals, while reducing the time and cost associated with winning new businesses. Another metric is lead conversation, where basically we want to measure how many people of all of those who visit us became customers. Another way to measure performance is true about opportunity win rate. This measures how many opportunities you won, divided by the total number of opportunities created. The next one is average deal size. That is the total revenue achieved in a set of period divided by the number of closed won opportunities for that segment. And finally, the repeat customer rate is the proportion of your customers who have made at least 2 purchases during a certain time of period. Shows how satisfied are the people with your product or service.
To conclude this, employee training is all about helping your employees to learn and develop their skills so they can become better and more effective in what they do. Many businesses invest in employee training because it can increase staff motivation, improve productivity, and the quality of work. On the other hand, finding ways to increase motivation is crucial because it allows us to change the behavior of the people, develop competencies, be creative, set goals, grow interest, make plans, develop talents, and boost engagement. This one we choose we think are the most appropriate because it's directly focused on the sales department and of the manufacturing companies like Panasonic, and there is evidence that they work very well. And finally, the importance of the effective performance measurement help companies to know their strengths and weaknesses, top high performers, areas of improvement, and help set benchmark with historical data.